All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com. Today, we're going to talk about earnings breakouts, 7 of my favorite stocks that have already reported earnings that we could potentially trade. Now, we're in the middle of earnings season. We're in the thick of things right now with a bunch of stocks that we like reporting this week, like Baba, Race, Facebook, Yelp, and a bunch of others. And a lot of stocks have already reported as well. Now, once stocks have reported, I look for a big explosive breakout and some other factors that get me really interested in the stock. So I'm going to go over 7 of them. We're not going to enter them yet, but once they form a pattern we're looking for, we'll pounce on them and make some profits. So the first one here is Buffalo Wild Wings. What I love about this one, it's been beaten down. You can see here, just going back a few months here, it was up around 175 and hit a low of 97, and now we got an explosive breakout. And these breakouts that break downtrends tend to be very explosive. All the bad news is over. We've got some good news, and people will pile into the stock. So also, this is a low float, and it's got some short interest. And anytime you got a low float, there's potential for a big move because it doesn't take much volume to push it. And we got that short interest where shorts are covering, and we can get a short squeeze as well. So watching that Buffalo Wild Wings here, what we're going to look for, it's already made 2 days of run. We're going to look for some consolidation and that next breakout. And here I'm actually going to ignore the 200-day moving average because it's got enough momentum behind it that I think it could break through. I just want to see the pattern form. The next one is Amazon, one of the big guys here. Now, don't be scared because it's $1,100 stock. If this thing moves to $1,300, it's still a nice percentage gain regardless of how many shares you have. So you're going to make 20% on this, whether you have 5 shares or 50 shares. So really good here, and it's not as big as one would think. For instance, Apple is a 5 billion float. Amazon is only a 396 million float, so it still can move. Huge volume, big breakout to all-time highs. So again, we're going to watch for a pattern to form. Ideally, I would like kind of a high type flag here, and then a break of 1100 to enter. So that's what we'll be watching for with Amazon. Maybe we get a breakout pullback play. Now, Google wasn't quite as strong. It closed near the lows. But if it pulls into the gap and then shows some strength, that's the pattern I'm going to be looking for in Google. Now, CAI. Haven't even heard of this stock before. I've never traded it. Renting and leasing stock, really low float. Huge breakout on the breakout day, which was right here. Made a little push, and now is pulling back and testing the 9. So what I want to see here, I want this pullback to end right around the 9, which is where it's at now, and then make a little bounce. If it bounces, that signals that this pullback is over and we can enter, and maybe it's ready for its next move. So that's the pattern we're looking for in CAI. SKX, Skechers. This one's always good on earnings breakouts. We're getting the big pullback here, and we're going to look for the same thing here. Where does this pullback end? Maybe it's at the 9, maybe it's earlier, maybe it's at the bottom of the breakout bar. Wherever that is, we're going to look for an entry in SKX Skechers. And then finally, we've got Team. Nice consolidation here. That same pattern where it pulls back to the 9, and we want to look for the bounce play here. And then Netflix did not actually break out on earnings, but it's showing strength here. So a little bit of a different pattern in the sense that we don't have the big gap up like say it did back in July, but we are seeing a consolidation, a remount of the 9, and this could set up the next big run over 200. So those are 7 stocks I'm watching for post-earnings breakout plays. We'll have a bunch of others this week. I've got 42 different earnings breakouts on my watch list right here. You can see them all right here. Now I'm just waiting for patterns to form. So I picked 7 of the 42 that look really good right now that are setting up, but a lot of these could be setting up during the week, and I'll be telling all my trade report members in this Bulls on Wall Street Swing Trade Report about them, and if I make a trade, we'll send an alert. So go ahead and check that out on bullsonwallstreet.com under the swing trade alerts. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.